Hey guys, welcome to The Sports Entertainer. We have a ton of major wrestling news to share with you guys today, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss out on an episode. This will end horribly for WWE. Now we have some major news regarding the plans WWE have in place for WrestleMania 40 when it comes to the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and The Rock, who returned on Raw this week to essentially call out the Tribal Chief, and it's bad news for Cody Rhodes to say the least, and this whole situation will end badly for WWE in our opinion. Now, ever since WrestleMania 39 up until the Raw Day 1 show this week, everyone in the wrestling world thought that Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 2 was a guarantee for WrestleMania 40 so that the American Nightmare could finish up his story with Roman Reigns, with Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter reporting these sentiments back in July 2023, summarizing WWE's plans for Cody and Roman. Quote, "His storyline is that the belt that his father didn't win, which is apparently Roman's belt, that's the one that's the story, so basically, he almost has said it's next year's WrestleMania, which is the plan right now." Literally every wrestling news site were continuously reporting that Rhodes vs. Reigns 2 was a foregone conclusion for WrestleMania this year, but that all changed on Monday Night Raw this week with the return of The Rock. The Rock has stolen Cody Rhodes' spot for WrestleMania 40, and for any wrestling fans who believe that The Rock was returning to wrestle a match against Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber 2024 this February, and that Rhodes vs. Reigns was still planned for WrestleMania 40, that's not the case according to one of our sources who reported this on The Matter with us. Quote, "So we've been hearing a lot of speculation that WWE could decide to do the Roman Reigns vs. The Rock Undisputed Championship match at February's Elimination Chamber event in Perth, Australia, with some fans citing the fact that there was a report back in December which revealed Australian tourism officials basically campaigned or pitched to have The Rock appear or wrestle on the show as part of their negotiations with WWE over Elimination Chamber, but in talking with our sources in the know, that isn't what WWE plan at all. Triple H and other high-ranking WWE executives feel as though The Rock vs. Roman Reigns is way too big of a match for a B-level premium live event like Elimination Chamber, and that the only fitting stage for it would be WrestleMania. So even though tourism officials in Australia were hoping for The Rock to appear at Elimination Chamber 2024, that isn't the event where WWE planned to pull off Reigns vs. The Rock. That just isn't the case. Now, that's certainly not to say that WWE couldn't have The Rock appear at Elimination Chamber to please the Australian tourism officials who were hoping for The Rock to be featured on the show with a promo or segment of some kind, but as far as actually wrestling, and more so wrestling against Roman Reigns, that isn't happening at Elimination Chamber. At least that's what we know as of right now. The harsh reality that WWE fans need to realize is that The Rock has legit stolen Cody Rhodes' spot at WrestleMania 40, which is something that could cost WWE in the long run when it comes to one of the superstars they supposedly plan to build the company around moving forward in Cody Rhodes. What's sort of ironic or a bit sad about all of this is that back in November 2023, Cody Rhodes was asked in an interview with Busted Open Radio about The Rock possibly being at WrestleMania 40, and Cody was seriously sure and adamant that The Rock wasn't going to be taking his spot come WrestleMania this year. It's really unfortunate looking back now. Quote, "Nobody has asked me about The Rock. I think they're scared to ask me or they don't want to be rude. I'll say this about The Rock. Coming on Pat McAfee's show, which I was watching live because I love Pat, and then SmackDown, The Rock did for sports entertainment so much, and continues to do so much by being the biggest star in Hollywood, that I'm able to be at the level that I'm at because I can stand on shoulders like those of The Rock's. He could have come on there and run me down and I would still have the highest respect for the Great One. He's honestly a model superstar for anyone who wants to supersede expectations. With that said, no matter what he said, anyone who asked me or confronted me on it, I'm not flinching. I feel if The Rock and I were in the same room, he would expect nothing less from me. If you think it's somebody else, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you know it's me. That's the same attitude The Rock had when he was climbing the ladder. I don't care who it is. If that happens to be The Rock, if it happens to be anybody, a wonderful superstar like LA Knight, a stellar performer like Sami Zayn, line them up and I'm gonna do everything I can to outrun them. I mean that with the utmost respect. I wasn't shook at all by Rock's big day out. What I would say is, not flinching. If Rock is part of WrestleMania 40, that would be outstanding. It's The Rock, but I don't think he'll be in my spot. Well, unfortunately for Cody Rhodes, it looks like The Rock will very much be in his spot come WrestleMania 40, with this firstly being what Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter had to report just the other day regarding the possibility of The Rock facing off against the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year instead of Cody Rhodes. Quote, "The reality is that even though the Cody Rhodes match has been teased and built on television, the Johnson match is far bigger financially. With WrestleMania sponsorship now a $20 million or more revenue stream, such a match is far bigger to potential sponsors. While there is no significant money in PPV, although this match would be expected to do more, and the live gate for the shows will be the same either way since they are selling out both nights, it will set the record for the most people ever watching a WWE non-linear television event. Clearly, WWE view The Rock versus Roman Reigns as the far bigger WrestleMania match compared to a rematch between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and the fact that all signs point to WWE going with The Rock versus Roman Reigns at the Showcase of the Immortals this year puts WWE in serious danger of losing one of their top stars in Cody Rhodes if WWE don't give in to Cody's rumored demands. Here's what one of our insider sources reported on the demands Cody Rhodes is reportedly making to Triple H and other officials, and what could happen if WWE give in to these requests from Cody, or in the scenario that WWE move ahead with Reigns versus Rock. Quote, "So the consensus backstage in WWE is that creative are already beginning the groundwork for the Roman Reigns and Rock feud going into WrestleMania 40 and have shifted all focus away from Cody Rhodes when it comes to being a part of one of the two WrestleMania 40 main events. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship is planned to be one of the Mania main events this year, and the other is, not surprisingly, Reigns versus The Rock for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, and right now we've been told that nowhere in those plans is Cody Rhodes involved, which has apparently infuriated Cody Rhodes, and we can say is that we've heard rumblings that Cody Rhodes may have confronted Triple H backstage in WWE recently to make it known that while he doesn't care if The Rock is facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, he just wants to be included in the match, with there being rumors backstage that Cody Rhodes has made the following ultimatum to WWE. Either the company puts him in the Roman Reigns and Rock match at Mania, or Cody Rhodes will leave WWE and will do everything in his power to break out of his current WWE contract, so the call is up to Triple H. And considering the company have not been planning for a triple threat match between Cody, Reigns, and Rock, as WWE were just wanting to do Reigns and The Rock, this could legit mean that Cody Rhodes is essentially finished in WWE already, just over a year and a half after returning. Let us know your guys' thoughts on this major developing story regarding Cody Rhodes' sad status in WWE right now, and have WWE made the right call to move on from the Reigns-Cody rematch in favor of The Rock facing off against the Tribal Chief, or will the one-off match between Reigns and The Rock, with The Rock leaving WWE right afterwards, not make up for the fact that Cody Rhodes could be walking out of the company as a result of this decision by WWE? Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.